Hi friends, welcome back to Busy Girl Budgets. My name is Mallory and I live in New Mexico with my husband and our 2 dogs. So if you're interested in all things money or savings related, then please stick around. All right friends, welcome back, and it has been a minute. So quick little catch up. I was sick, then I went to Disney. I was still sick, came home, was still sick, and now I'm finally starting to feel better. I did end up having a sinus infection, an ear infection, and so I needed antibiotics, and once that has run its course, today is my last day taking it, I feel so much better. So definitely needed to take those. I was kind of like holding off on taking them because they can kind of irritate your stomach, and I didn't want to have to deal with that on vacation. But everything was fine. And aside from my head feeling like it was going to explode on the airplane and for the several days after, it was great. We had an awesome time at Disney. I stayed within my budget. We were there for 7 days. And yeah, so now I'm back and ready to get back in the swing of things with my budgeting and trying to record more content, not just cash stuffing. So today we're going to be doing a budget with me, and I kind of already have a breakdown to the side of what I'm thinking I'm going to do, but I'm going to walk you guys through how I cash plan and my thought process. So let's get into it. Okay, so I wrote down here at the bottom, if it's your first time watching, I do not cash stuff for bills. So our total expected pay for the pay date of February 2nd is $2,375 is our expected pay. So this is for both my husband and I. He's paid bi-weekly and I am paid weekly. So this is a Friday where both of us are paid. Now next Friday, only I will be paid. So this is always the check where we pay our bills. On the weeks that I'm paid, none of the bills come out because it's just significantly smaller amount to work with. So we're leaving $1,375 in our account to cover the bills for all of February, or the rest of February, I guess. I've already paid in advance several of our bills or have the money sitting in the account for that. But this will cover all the rest of the month, so we're good until March. So after that, I'm going to be cash stuffing $1,000. So that's the amount I'm going to be putting into my envelopes. But it'll actually be a little less, and I'll let you know as we start walking through this. So when I sat down and did my cash planning, I always plan how much I'm going to budget for groceries, but I almost never actually take that money out of the bank because I do pickup. So I've already gone through and made my cart for pickup. So I know exactly how much it's going to be. But I'm still going to put here how much I budgeted for it. So I budgeted $90. And I'm going to turn my paper a little bit because otherwise my writing is going to be really sloppy. So I budgeted $90, and my cart that I made for Smith's was $86. So it's actually going to be a little bit less than the $90. Dining out, I'm putting $50. My fun money and my husband's fun money always gets $20 per week. The only time it wouldn't get that is if we're having kind of a tight week, like maybe a week that just I am paid and we might have extra expenses that week, then we might not get anything, but usually we're always getting 20. And then miscellaneous, or my buffer, is going to get 14. And the reason I do this odd amount is because in my one of my savings challenges, it's always an odd amount. It's always either 36 or 186. And so I like to do the 4 just to make it around 10, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what's going to be going into my wallet. And then in my long-term binder, we are always putting $20 in emergency fund for my husband and I, and also for our dogs. So 20 in emergency, 20 in pup emergency. Car repairs this week, I'm going to put 10. Michigan is going to get 20. This is my envelope for our summer trip to Michigan. We go every year. This is where my family's from, so we spend quite a bit of time there, and it just helps to save throughout the year because even though my husband and I both continue working while we're there because we do work remote, we still are getting a paycheck. We still have to pay all of our bills at home, and we like to treat our family to do some fun things while we're there, and we're doing a little bit more than we normally would, like doing extra fun things. So, okay, vacation. I am not going to be stuffing anything in here today. I am back from my trip. Vacation is going to be skipped for at least this cash stuffing. Anniversary is getting 10. This is for our wedding anniversary, which is in October. And this year we'll be celebrating our 10th anniversary. Home projects is getting skipped this week. My husband did pull from this last week because he did do a small home project while I was out of town. Taxes is getting 10. And while we're on the topic of taxes, who has filed already and were you absolutely shocked of how much you owed? So what I've been seeing on social media is a lot of people owing a lot of money, like people who have never owed before. I'm not sure what to expect for my husband and I because we've always set aside extra money out of our checks. Before we even get our checks, it's set aside extra to the government so that we do not owe at the end of the year. Because too many times when we first got married, we owed several $1,000s because there wasn't enough taken out, which don't even get me started on that. But anyway, so I'm a little bit nervous that we're going to end up owing this year, even though last year we got a really good refund, but I've heard there's like a new tax bill in place from like 2017. I'm not quite sure. I'm not like super well versed in taxes. But in the next couple of weeks, I think I'm going to be setting aside a few extra $100 in this envelope just in case we end up owing. I will have it. And if we don't, then we don't owe and I can use it for something else. But I think I would like to try to get this to like 1,000 just in case. I'm just a little nervous. So I have one more W-2 that I'm waiting on, and then I'm going to go ahead and make our appointment with our accountant to do my business taxes as well as our personal taxes. All right, so next is my short-term binder. So my dogs are going to get a 50. Household, I'm going to put 10. Costco and Sam's, I'm putting 50, and I'm actually not going to take this out in cash because I, again, put together a Sam's pickup order. I know the amount exactly is $51. And so since my grocery order was $86 and not $90, I have an extra $4 to work with. This is going to be $51. It pretty much evens out. But that's how much I budgeted this week for Costco or Sam's Club. Beauty, I am putting 10. Toiletries is going to get 5. Self-care is going to get 5 as well. And then health is getting 10. When I go through and do my cash stuffing actually this week, you're going to see that a lot of my envelopes are empty. So I have, my long-term binder, not really, because I don't really touch these envelopes unless I need to. These are long-term, so they're not things I'm pulling from regularly. But my other binders are like empty. So I definitely need to rein in the spending for the next couple weeks and get these envelopes bulked back up. Okay, so that's it for this page, and I do have a second page. All right, so my low priority binder, coffee, I haven't really been needing to stuff. My husband hasn't been making as much coffee, so we're just not going through the beans as much. So I'm not going to put anything in here. I think that I have like $20-some already, in my envelope for coffee. Entertainment, I'm putting 10. Clothing is also going to get 10. Shopping is getting 20. Gifts, I'm going to put 10. Hobbies, I'm putting 20. Tech is not getting anything this week, and furniture is not getting anything this week. Okay, so a big reason why it seems like a lot of my envelopes are not getting as much or anything this week is because this is the week where I'm contributing a large amount to my Every Little Bit Adds Up challenge. So once a month, you contribute $186. Every other week, though, it's only $36. So I try to get this done on the first, large payday of the month. Excuse me, my throat is so dry. I need to take a drink. Okay. So I try to knock this out on the first payday where my husband and I are both paid of each month. So February 2nd, and this will be knocked out and done. So every other Friday of this month will only be contributing $36. So I'll have more money those weeks to put into my sinking funds. In my emergency fund savings challenge, this week I'm putting 10. And then into my monthly $500 debt envelope, I'm putting 310. And I'm actually decided, excuse me, that I am not going to take this money out of the bank because I really just want to go ahead and make that payment. But I will still color in my tracker so that you guys can see the progress throughout the month, because my goal every month is to contribute the $500. So let's go ahead and add these up and see what we've got. I'm going to pull out my calculator just for easy. All right, I'm going to add up each segment here, and then we'll add it all together. So in my wallet, we've got 90 for groceries, 50 in dining out, 20 for my fun money, 14 for miscellaneous, and 20 for my husband's fun money. So the total for these categories is $194. In my long-term binder, we're going to do 20 in emergency, 20 in the dog's emergency, 10 to car repairs, 20 to Michigan. My watch is going off here. 0 in vacation, 10 to anniversary, 0 in home projects, and 10 to taxes. So that is 90. Okay. Then in my short term, the dogs are getting 50. Household is getting 10. Costco or Sam's is getting 50. Beauty's getting 10. Toiletries is getting 5. Self-care is getting 5. And health is getting 10. So we have 140. So total on this page, we have 194 in the wallet, 90 in my long term, and 140 in my short term. So the total for this page is 424. All right, so let's add up this page and see what we've got. Okay, so low priority coffee is not getting anything. Entertainment is getting 10. Clothing is getting 10. Let's see, move this so you guys can see it. Shopping is getting 20. Gifts is getting 10. Hobbies is getting 20. Tech and furniture are getting 0. So the total for this is 70. And then in my savings challenges, we're doing 186 to the Every Little Bit Adds Up challenge, 10 to emergency fund, and 310 to my debt. Sorry guys, I think it's just really dry and my throat is not having it. So we have 506. So we'll take the 506 and add the 70 from 6 plus 70. So the total for this page is 576. The total from our first page was 424. And we are left with a total of 1,000, which is correct. So let's go through and do my cash breakdown real quick with y'all. So since I'm actually not going to be taking out the grocery money or the Costco money from this page, let's go ahead and subtract that. So on this page, we had $424, and we're not going to take out the 50 or the 90 because I'm leaving that in my account for pickup. Okay, so actually, we're only going to want $284 once we do our value. So I'm going to make a mark at my Costco that we're not taking that out, and my groceries that we're not taking that out. Okay, so dining out is going to get two 20s and a 10 for 50. My fun money is getting a 20. Miscellaneous is getting a 10 and 4 ones. And my husband's fun money is getting a 20. Emergency is getting a 20. Pups emergency is getting a 20. Car repair is getting a 10. Michigan a 20. Vacation's not getting anything. Anniversary will get a 10. Home projects nothing. And taxes will get a 10. Okay, and then in my pups envelope, we're going to put a 50. Household is going to get a 10. Costco and Sam's is getting skipped. Beauty will be getting 10. Toiletries a 5. Self-care a 5. And health a 10. So let's add up everything here. I've got 4 1s, no 2s, 2 5s. I'm just going to add up like the total amount. So that would make 10. Then I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. And then I've got 50. So let's make sure this all adds up. 4 plus 10 plus 80 plus 140 plus 50. 284. So that's correct. And then let's do the same thing on my second page. All right. Entertainment will get a 10. Clothing a 10. Shopping a 20. Gifts a 10. Hobbies, I'm going to give a 10 and 2 5s. And tech and furniture are getting skipped. For my every little bit adds up challenge, we're going to do 1 100, 150, 120, 110, 1 5, and 1 1. The emergency fund is going to get a 10. And then the $500 debt, I am not going to pull out from my account. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer that. So actually, let's do, this was our total for my page, 576. So we're going to take away the 310 because I'm not going to take that out in cash. So we actually want 266. All right, so I'm going to have 1, 1. In 5s, I'm going to have 5, 10, 15. 10s, I'm going to have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. 20s, 20, 40, 150, and 1 100. Let's add that up. 1, let me move this over, plus 15, plus 60, plus 40, plus 50, plus 100. 266. So that is correct. So the total of our 2 pages, we've got 266 plus 284 equals 550. So this is the actual amount that I'm going to be pulling out of the bank, 550. Just going to write that down here. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's budget with me. I hope you enjoyed watching. I am going to try to be a little bit more frequent with my videos. So if you guys enjoy watching, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. It would really, really help to grow my channel. But that's it for today, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye!